getting placed straight out of college to one of the most amazing companies in India, and then after that leaving that to continue my higher studies and doing MTech in IIT Bombay. I've been through a little bit experiences, and in this video I would like to share all the lessons and experiences I had in L&D. It's going to be a plain video. I'm going to explain all the lessons I learned, and it will be very helpful because if you're a guy who's working in a job and you are aiming for anything, let it be a entrance examination, let it be anything that you want to do in life, it's going to help you a lot because this is something I learned along the way in the hard way. Let's talk about the initial state, how it was. Of course, the excitement state. So, as everyone who got their first dose, I was really excited. I was still looking for a job. I was planning for GATE in my initial state because I wanted to go to an IIT. It was one of my dreams. But the GATE exam was in February and I got placed 3 months ahead in October. So I was like, I already had a job and the pressure was gone. If I messed up the GATE exam also, I can go to a job, and that was also L&D. It was a very reputed company, very good company, and of course, and for freshers like us to see a very big corporate world and to see the exciting opportunities we can get and the levels we can reach, which is amazing in the initial thing. Like I told you, the excitement phase. So it was pretty good. Of course, my parents were proud, my friends were proud. I was actually happy because, of course, financial independence finally in a proper way. And then we arrived in a site. Eventually, we all knew that we were going to place at sites. So the site I got was luckily the nuclear power plant in Kudamkulam, Kanyakumari, which is amazing. And we reached there after our training and orientation and all. We reached there and to see the nuclear power plant in real time. Oh my God, it was so amazing. That was really amazing. Like how big it was and lot of the amount of work which is going on there and lot of equipments that I don't have any idea about, like cranes and crawler cranes, and I don't even know the names now. Like there are a lot of works going on there, and I'm so amazed. How are they managing this much works? And there are a mass number of people are working also there. So how is they managing this? I was curious about that actually. And then I met my manager who is technically so smart and very intelligent. And then I was guided with my senior engineer who showed me around the site. And the first day I still remember that he told me to come along with him, and we went to a 35-meter building, which was a reactor building, which is the main building. And I went to that building and I was so afraid because in safety and construction there are a lot of safety passes and a lot of safety height permit, etc., etc. So I only got about 2.5-meter height permit, and I was so afraid, like this is 30-meter height, I only want to work till 2.5-meter. Why are you taking me like that? But he told that it's relative height and all, so it's ladder, it's not a problem like that. He told, and we went up, and I was so afraid. I knew in that first day from that visit and the site visit, I knew that the excitement is over, Alan. The excitement is over. Now it is work. Now you need to study the work. Now you need to study how the things are working here, and you need to be excellent at it. Because the dream of like IIT and studying and doing etc. is over. Now you're in a corporate life. You are already decided you want to be corporate. You need to learn core mechanical. You need to learn the application, and you need to learn true real skills, right? So you need to blend in. You need to learn. That was the mindset I had. Like you can see the excitement shifting into slightly to reality. That was the first day.
So the reality is pretty harsh actually. After 1 week of the work there, like on the site work there, we were actually 16 GTs, like 16 new freshers who joined at that site. 6 of them resigned. They couldn't stand it. It's not like it is a terrible, like jobs are like that only. We know how the job works. Most of the people who is watching will be in job, right? Jobs is like that only. We go for morning, even though we don't like it, we show up. Even if you are sick, we show up, and of course we do the sick leave for our enjoyment. Like we know how the job works. Like at least the people who are working in the job, it's hard only. But the thing is, like for this particular kind of job, you cannot combine anything that you like with this job. The problem is that I'll tell you the routine. Morning 6:30, 6:45 you need to wake up for sure, because 7 o'clock the bus from our L&D township to the nuclear power plant start to come in. So before 7 o'clock everything must be set. So 6:30 we need to wake up at minimum so that we can eat lunch and go to our washroom and do our morning purposes, right? So from 7 o'clock to 7:20 the traveling. Then from 7:30 we start our work, like 7:38 we start our work, and till evening 8:30 we are on the work. About 7:30 only the work is stopped, and then we are free a little bit. And then after from there we reach our township back. There is also traveling back, right? So it is about 9 o'clock, 8:39 we reach our township back. Then we need to sleep at least before 12 o'clock because we need to wake up at 6 again, right? So that was the timing problem. Like it's a 12-hour job, of course, we know that, but we couldn't do anything with that. Like we couldn't do anything which we like after coming and doing like that. So that was the main issue that all the new GETs and all the new freshers face. And the other thing was, since it was a nuclear power plant, it was a remote area, so there is nothing to do around it. Like it is like a village. The highest thing that you could buy was about 200 rupees tandoori chicken. Like that was it. So that's why lots of people resigned and some people stayed and they were hard. And I didn't I didn't feel like it was a hard or it was pretty damn, like the heat and the voices, the screaming, etc. Like I didn't feel that much hard there. But the thing is that I understood that the field which he's in working in, he can only do it if he's really interested in that. Like if you really like what you do, then you will enjoy it, because the entire time of your life you are giving it for it, from morning to evening, from Monday to Saturday, even Sundays. In a month we need to go 1 or 2 Sundays compulsorily, that is also there. So the entire life we are giving to this job. So if you like it, and some managers really like it and some people really like that job, if you like it, then it is great. You can get really good at it and you can get high salaries, high lifestyles, etc. But if you don't like it, and inside somewhere there is that kid Alan who is telling you you can do more and you can be great and you can do what you want in life, so it is hitting again and again. So that was the realization that this is not it for me. And if there is some job, this is not what I want. So that was when the realization hit me. The reality of the corporate jobs hit me, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of the people have the same realization in every job that they are doing. So that is the reality what happened. And then something clicked. This is my favorite part actually. After reality comes the resistance, right? So resistance was really hard, man. Like I knew that I didn't want this. Like I wanted it and I liked the salary and I liked the culture of getting a work and living a stable life. But in my inside, I knew that this is not what I've meant for, right? So I've started. The only thing I knew in back then was Gate. I was only good at that thing. I was not good at anything else. So I started a YouTube channel and I started an Instagram page. And by the way, we are at around 1,000 subscribers thanks to you guys. And I know I'm not posting videos consistently and like one video in a month or 2 months. And it's not required. Like it's not a big deal because I'm not doing this for like monetization or anything. Like I really like to make videos and I really like it. I started this back along in my second year of college. If you go to my Instagram page, you can see a lot of videos I edited. I liking editing and making videos which I like. So I'll only put out videos if I really like and if I really want to put it out. So, but now, yeah, of course, I will be starting more videos. I will be putting more videos because I have an audience now, I think. And like coming back to the topic, the reality and the resistance. I started to read some books in that time. Like I knew that my mindset was not that good and I'm not that smart to crack this. So I need to get smart first, then I need to work on something. That I realized. So I started reading books. I started watching a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of podcasts from Alex Almozi, a lot of guys. I heard a lot of podcasts and videos and I started reading some books actually. And then I realized that everything adds up. Like it doesn't matter if you're in a site, if you're in a shithole, if you're anywhere. You have 24 hours a day, right? If you have 24 hours a day, everything that you do in a day adds up. And listen to me really, really closely, because this point is very important and everyone who's working in a job can take this point. Imagine if you're working in a day, what you are thinking and what I was thinking is that after the job is done and 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock, 9 to 5 or 9 to 9 or 12 hours a day, anything. After you coming from the job, then you will gather up the time and then you will work on what you want, right? It is not how it's going to work. In a day, everything it's gonna add up. We all think like I study for 1 hour, like, or I'll record for 1 hour. 1 hour is productive, then it is okay. Then 1 hour is productive, then it is okay. Okay, 3 hours is productive one day, right? It is not like that. In 24 hours, if 3 hours is productive, then 5 hours is lost and 5 hours is negative. And if your sleep is bad, then it's also negative. It's either plus or it's either negative. It is never gonna be only positives a day. Each hour adds up to get the final sum in that day. That is the realization that you need to have. You have a 24-hour cycle in a day, right? Everything that you do in that day adds up. Either if it's positive, either if it's negative. The only thing that you want is that the things or the only thing that you need to do is that the thing that leads to where you want. If I want to get into IIT and if I want to start a brand or anything, I must do the things which is going to align with that. And it doesn't mean that I need to do the only productive things. I can do it in the work also. Like I can learn it in the work also. I was working 12 hours a day and I need to find out something which is helping me to reach that eventually. Not tomorrow, not today, not instantly. Eventually it is going to help me in the future. So when you think like that, the 24 hours, every hour you can make this hour worth. Did you get what I tell you? Like if you're sleeping properly 8 hours from 1 to 6 or from 12 to 6, if you're sleeping properly, that adds up. That's a positive. If you're eating healthy, it adds up. It's a positive. If you're working sincerely, if you're working honestly, if you're doing the correct thing, if you're learning as much as you can, you're increasing your capacity, you're increasing your adaptability, you're increasing your intelligence. You're in the right track. It doesn't mean that you need to study, you need to only study to be in the right track. It all adds up. If you're studying 2 hours, it is a positive. But if you're playing and lacking of time and if you're wasting time, it is a negative. If you are wasting time unnecessarily doing some things that you don't even care in the next day, then it is unnecessary wasting, right? So it is either a positive or it's either a negative. It's never like I do it 1 hour, 2 hour, then it's only 2 hours productive. It is not like that. It's not how that works. So I got this reality and I got this in my head and I was trying to integrate everything in my work to the things that I am going to do in the future. Like I was inside, I was studying, so I wanted to increase my adaptability. So I went to the most hardest things, most hardest conversation, most harsh conversations. Like I need to increase my management, I need to increase how I talk to people, I need to be friendly in the camera. So this all aligns to the same path where I'm leading. So that's how I manage actually. And there's a lot of story more, but if I tell how I manage my studies and how I integrated them, it's going to be another big long 10-minute video. So I'm not going to do that today, but I will surely put it out. So wait for that. So that was the realization and the resistance part of it. And then this happened. I am finally in IIT Bombay. It eventually adds up. Like I tell, everything that you do in the day, in the entire 24 hours, it eventually adds up and gives you the results. No one needs to see it actually. Only you need to know that it is going to eventually add up. So here I am now sitting and thanking L&D to giving me these experiences, to give me a lot of vision. Like even if you are in the hardest place, even if you are in the lowest point in your life, even if you have nothing, you can start again. You can work out your way, and there are a lot of resources out there to show up when you are not ready, to show up when you're tired, to see that your limits are not here. Like you can actually work 24 hours a day if you're putting it in the right way, including sleep, including everything is work, and everything will align with what you want in your life. So I hope this helped people who are working in a job and trying to crack gate or trying to do something with their life along with their job. So I'm here rooting for you, and we will make it happen. I'm not telling like I made something happen or all, but I am pretty sure that if I hadn't had this realization in the first 3 months of my work in L&D, I couldn't ever got a chance of cracking gate and living the life I want now. So if this video puts out any message to the people who are working and are struggling to figure out what to do, I think this will help. This will help to think differently on every aspect of your life, on your 24 hours time mark. And don't worry, you can do it, and everyone can. So that's it for today, and this was not an education video or gate video and all. I wanted to put this out, so that's why I posted this video. So thanks for watching if you're till the end, and I'll see you in the next one.